Hey guys, and welcome to the Rhen of Fate 10-man raid guide. First things first, again, the trash. You can see all the ads standing here around the room. Once you pull the first group of ads, the remaining group will be pulled one by one each 10 seconds. So have your healers stay as far away as possible to avoid them being range killed by an ad as soon as they join the fight. And same as for all the trash in here, CC the destroyers and mass CC is the way to go. The last boss is Finric. We use the following raid setup: 2 tanks, 1 fist act, 1 purifier and 1 support. Again, it was an oracle. This fight has 3 phases: a boss phase, an ad phase, and below 20% you will enter the last phase. The boss has the following abilities: Brutal Swell. He will cast a wave that you have to jump over. For each player who gets hit, the boss will gain a stack of brutality. This will allow him to cast Brutal Spray once for each stack he gains. Brutal Spray deals about 40k damage, but the more stacks the boss has, the more damage each cast of Brutal Spray does. So having 1 or 2 stacks is fine, but if you get more than 3-4, you're probably gonna lose a couple of players. He has an ability called Wrath of the Rhen. These are fire AoEs that will spawn on random players. They remain for about 20 seconds. He has a bubble mechanic called Rage of the Storms. This is a 20-second cast. During this cast he will summon water bubbles. You have to stay inside of the bubbles to survive. While inside the bubble you can still do normal DPS and you are also immune to the fire AoEs. He has a tank swap mechanic called Waterlogged. This will increase the damage taken by the tank. The buff lasts 1 minute. He will cast a debuff called Contagion. It has 4 stacks and needs to be dispelled ASAP. If you are too slow to dispel it, it will explode and debuff the whole raid with a dot. There is also a chain lightning mechanic called Leaping Pain. Just keep your raid spread out a little bit to minimize the damage. He will do a cast called Sacrifice. This is the ad phase. The boss will get a huge shield absorbing damage. 4 on-trial brutes and 6 red-toothed corals will spawn. The tanks will pick up the brutes, and the DPS will have to kill the 6 red-toothed corals. When a coral is killed, it will debuff the closest player with Toxin. The player with the Toxin then needs to run to the Toxin Absorption Vat to dispel it by running over the vent. For each Toxin dispelled, the machine will light up a red light. Once all the corals are killed and all the players are dispelled, all the lights shall be lit. Someone will then have to pull the lever and end this phase. More to this later. If you make it in time, all the brutes will die and Finric will take about 10 million damage. If you fail, the boss will heal for around 6 million for each ad still alive, so you might as well just swipe if you fail this phase. At 20% there will be waves spawning. They do some decent damage, so try to avoid them as much as you can. So that's all there is to this fight, let's go kill him. So pull the boss doesn't cleave. Remember to have your raid spread out a bit. You can see these white bubbles coming from the boss now. These always have the same pattern, so look for a safe spot and stick to your position. He's now casting Brutal Swell. When the cast is done you will see a wave coming to you. This is the one you need to jump over. Don't just simply jump in the air, make sure you jump forward over it. This is the tank swap. He knocks back the tank and applies the waterlogged debuff. This lasts 1 minute. He's now casting Sacrifice. This is the ad phase. Finric will cast Sacrifice for 50 seconds and he has a shield for 30 seconds. Don't waste any DPS on Finric until the shield is gone. The tanks will have to pick up the 4 brutes that spawn from the back, while the DPS has to kill the 6 corals. You can see one of the corals right next to me. These will spawn at random locations around the room. So again, when you kill a coral, the closest person will get a debuff called Toxin. To cleanse yourself you will have to run over this yellow vent that you see here. For each Toxin dispelled, a red light will light up. Once all 6 lights are lit, you can use the lever to end this phase. Do a quick countdown before pulling it, and once pulled everyone needs to be on the ground vents. Everyone not on the vent will be one-shotted by Finric. This will make you immune from the toxic fumes buff that you see on Finric now. The toxic fumes will kill the 4 brute ads that are still up, and Finric will lose 3% HP for every tick. When you see that the buff on Finric is gone, it is safe to get down from the vents again and resume the fight. Rage of the Storms, this is the bubbles I told you about. Just get inside the bubbles to be immune to this mechanic. And remember that while you are inside the bubbles, you are immune to the fieries on the ground. Okay, on this jump you see that someone has failed. The boss has gained 1 stack of brutality. Once the wave is over, he will start casting brutal spray. As you can see, 1 stack isn't too bad. But remember, the more stacks he has, the more damage brutal spray does. Also, if he has more stacks, he's gonna just chain cast it until his stacks are gone. He's now casting Sacrifice again. So again, pick up the adds, kill the corals, cleanse yourself from the vent. Once all 6 are done, do a quick countdown, everyone get up on the ground vents, and this phase is done. Okay, we saw everything there is to see now, so let's fast forward to the last phase. Here we are, 20%. Now the waves will spawn and you will stop doing the Sacrifice and Rage of the Storms abilities. So there won't be any more adds and there won't be any more bubbles to hide in. As I said earlier, avoid the waves as much as you can, but jumping over the brutal swell has the highest priority. So if you have to eat a wave to make the jump, just do it. And that's all there is to the last phase. Focus on the jumping, avoid the waves, and kill the boss. And that's it guys, good luck on your kill. I will add the career alerts that I have for this fight in the video info, so make sure you check that out. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and make sure you subscribe for future uploads. And as always, thanks for watching.